Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio with a shovel, something I made out of the top of a battery compartment that held batteries. This was another kind of shovel. This is also packaging. One of these things will come in handy. I have a couple of sheets of acetate cut down. I don't know if you can see them easily or not, but they're my swipe tools. I'm going to use, like I said, one of those, but right now I want to I usually add stripes to my pans of color and then lay them across. But this time I'm going to try and be as random as possible and put a bunch of colors in, and when I see a combination I like the look of, I'm going to stop. That was Frosted Berry, that's a Prizm Pour. This is a custom mix of plum blossom. So if you were looking for it on the Colour Arte website, you should look for plum blossom, and it should be a primary element. This is golden maple. This is a Bling It, I believe. I think I want to put that a bunch of places. Even some right there. This is Cupid's Crush. This is another primary element. Who knows what this is going to be like. This is just a total experiment on my part. This is called Snapdragon. This is a primary element also. I have a color here called Mermaid Scales, which I believe is a primary element also. For some reason that makes me want blue, but before that I'm going to put some Icy Iris in, which is another frosted, I think it's a frosted sorbet. I'm pretty sure it's a primary element. I wasn't sure I was going to like these colors for a minute, but I'm okay with them right now. This, I just made this Tempting Tulip. This is another primary element. Which I evidently like a lot because I used a bunch. I have another primary element. There are a lot of primary elements. This is Crabapple. This is from a relatively new selection. My camera wouldn't focus until I moved these bright colors out of the way. This is Wild Orchid. This is a Prizm Pour. Go for some pink diamond. I'm kind of feeling that I'm missing some turquoise. It's funny, you know, I love the turquoise, but it does not read from my camera at all. So here's some Mystique. There's some Agave Blue. There's some Cerulean Blue. Okay, I'm going to use the Cerulean Blue. And I might even be interested in dropping in a little tiny bit of orange, although I think it's kind of dangerous. Maybe instead of the orange, I will use some of my orange peel, which is primary element, with some gold sparkle in it. I still want a lighter color blue. So, back to the Snapdragon. No, I'm just going to use what I've got for right now, and I'll add colors if I need to. Get a few bottles out of the way. A few tools where I can use them. I am quickly running out of space. I have two kinds of cell activator. Actually, I got a whole bunch of kinds of cell activator. And this is my 12 by 24 inch canvas. And depending on how much time I used up, I better be quick. That is Mead and Black paint mixed with Floetrol and GAC 800 to keep it from I'm nervous about trying to swivel this around with those bottles in the way. I'd like to be able to, though. So this might be fast and it might not. because instead of using my squeeze bottles to apply colors in little stripes, I'm going to try and shovel them into place. And who knows what can happen. Things change all the time for me. I change my mind. If something looks good, you should change your mind too. Seems like I used about the right amount of paint. There isn't a super duper excess. I'm just going to smooth it down one more time. Make sure everything is covered. I got something in there I can see. And I'd like to have my edges done. So I think I'm going to just take a chance, because I see there's a whole lot of edge exposed on this side, and I'm going to run my spatula right down there. I can always cover my other edges. And then I'm going to throw that in the bucket right after I clean it off on my silicone mat. Alright, so now I do not have enough space. I just don't. Get my tweezers, here comes the colors. I still want the orange. Orange Crush, Primary Prizm Pour. And I'm going to start with my shovel. Do I want to go that way, or do I want to go this way? There's a mouse in the corridor. So I looked at these colors. I made a little sketch first to see what I might want to do. I kind of want to dump that down. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I want to try this long weird tool. Because I can. The name of my first book on the Amazon link. The Amazon link is on the link tree. I kind of imagine I'm not going to be swiping all that far. If I swipe at all, which I probably will actually. I dribbled. I didn't want to dribble, but I did. I did dribble. So evidently that's meant to be part of this design. I have more color. Did it again. It's okay, I'm going to be swiping in a second. I want to go the other way. I don't know why I'm compelled to do that, but maybe it's the dribbles. That could complicate things. I haven't painted in a few days, so what I really need to do right now is let this be somewhere other than here, and see if I can't find a piece of plastic, which is handy, put over the top of it so it will stay somewhat moist. And then I'm going to grab, is it better this way or is it better that way? I think it's better this way right now. And grab my, I was thinking about this beforehand, like I said, and so I want to put some white around a few places. And it might even connect them up. I was going to also use some more pink diamond, but I'm not sure about that anymore. I just have no idea what I'm doing, and I want to do something different. This is my art therapy, so I'm going to consider it's all good no matter what. See if I can get some more bottles out of my way. Alright, so I'm going to use some Amsterdam White in Aussie Floetrol. Put that aside for a second. Move that orange out of my way. I'm going to use a small card, some of the black, and I'm probably going to have to refill my dish. It would be so nice if this would work. I'm not sure where I'm going. Excuse me for spinning around, trying to make up my mind. And I will scrape off or wipe off in between. And I have a scrape dish, so that's probably what's going to happen. Actually, I'm just going to leave that for right now. Wipe it off. Oh, good cells. Makes me want gold. Did I open the gold? It's open now. I might be tempted to use one of the pinks. Let's go to the center. It is in essence going to be a geometric. And that had no cell activator in it because I just needed to move some paint. I like the gold. That means I'm going to want more. It's a rather complicated process, I guess. Now the reason I put areas down along the way, as I might say, is because I wanted to make sure that there was enough paint to keep paint sliding. Happy to be in my studio. I've had a couple days where I was too nervous to paint. It's a little worrying when that happens. I think we'll just take that right there. Now my intention was to leave enough leftover paint outside of the swipe zones so that I could spiral or do something. I never did use any pink, but I'm not sure I needed it either. I want to go from here to over there. And then there. I'm not unhappy with this so far at all, and I think I could probably use a basting brush if I wanted to. But there's also the possibility of doing what I'm doing now, which is just to put the card right in and drag some colors along. which was always part of my intention, whether I said so or not. Don't usually cross over, but I have enough areas of swiped. I have enough swiped areas so that that doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. Seems like a kind of a good idea, actually. I was wondering if I was going to have enough time to finish, and I'm not sure yet. But when I drag down through unswiped cards, excuse me, areas. Okay, that's a good place for a line. That's Chantilly lace. I don't know if I said that that was Chantilly lace, but it is Chantilly lace. And it sparkles like fields of diamonds. Alright, I've got a few minutes to tell you guys what I usually tell you. And probably to swipe a couple more areas, which seems like not a bad idea to me right now. Put some more white down in my dish. I do sell my artwork. I'd like to sell my artwork. I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. We used to have some real fun. I have all kinds of awesome stuff. I've just added a whole slew of beautiful new designs to Le Gallerist Society 6, and also spring clothing underneath the video. Kind of liking this a lot. Not sure what I'm going to do about finishing it in time. A little nervous about going overboard on the lines. I don't really want to do that. But I surprise myself fairly frequently doing things I think I shouldn't, and they work out anyway. I like the black background being wet. I was wishing that I had it dry, and now I'm not feeling like that was a bad thing at all. That last line I'm not sure about. So I love you guys. I want you to take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Check my link tree for Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links. Facebook group Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Appreciation is a great place for students. And to share your artwork. Show me what you've done. I'd love to see it. That means you too, Bonnie. So whatever else I might want to do to this, I could definitely think about doing with all kinds of things, including a shovel. Shovels work really well, believe it or not. They're like the perfect length. Alright, I'm getting on for plaid now. I'm not always sure I'm going to love plaid, but usually when I make plaid I'm not unhappy at all. I'm going to try and shimmer this at you. I have 1 minute left to say thank you for the kind words in the comments that keep my morale boosted. I really appreciate that. Oh, this is very cool. Very, very cool. I'm not going to add any spirals this time. I thought I might, but I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to turn out to look like either. I love you guys. I hope you take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. So this is a geometric swipe, and it's very sparkly and very cool. I especially love that gold patch in the center. If I were going to fix something, I might want to go back but sometimes the places that aren't so spectacular are really good rest areas. So even the uneven, weird patterns just sort of lend themselves to this. Alright, you guys take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Check my Amazon link for my 2 books. And if you shop there, it's at no other cost to you, and it helps me out. And I'm hoping that